Greetings gamers, FiOth here, and in this video I'm gonna show you the best perks to have on your armor and accessories for your new game. This is before you can get your hands on all the sets or some of the more advanced stuff that comes with 5-star equipment. My aim here is to help you pick what's useful, ignore what's not, and build your economy from early on in the game so you will level up fast, have as many coppers as possible, and be effective in combat at the same time. I will go through my armor pieces and my accessories, explain certain things about accessories, and of course link you to my weapons guide that you can find right here, and you can click on that later to check my suggestions for weapons, especially your ranged weapon, because it is more important than you think. By the end of this video, I will also have an annotation on my salvage and embed vid, something that many people are having difficulty navigating. And from there, you can learn everything you need about salvaging gel essences from gear and applying it to other gear. So, let's start with the very basics. You can see my gear here is a Crouching Dragon Helm. This one you get by having played the second demo, a Nameless Warrior Garb, General of Man Gauntlets, and Dongzhou Shoulder Footwear. This is not part of a set. General of Man Gauntlets are, but because I'm wearing just one piece, I am not getting any benefits from it. So we're gonna work with non-set gear here, okay? Accessories come as they are, and during your new game it is pretty much impossible to have the exact accessory that you want, but if you are lucky you can get pretty good stuff, and I'm gonna drop my 2 cents on what is considered useful and what wouldn't be as much. Since we cannot reroll or affect the accessories, I'm gonna start with them. So if you get anything with a red arrow pointing left like this, the martial arts spirit damage, it is probably a good idea to keep it, because red arrow perks mean that they increase your damage in some way. Additively, drop rate, key obtention or copper obtention will improve your overall leveling speed and economy. So if you can get anything like that, it's always a good idea to keep it and consider equipping it. Other effects like haste or damage reduction upon HP recovery are always welcome, and here, because I have 2 perks that are used at the same time while I recover my health, it is a very strong combo, because I pretty much get 2 temporary buffs by healing or getting any kind of HP recovery like lifesteal. Works passively, always works for me, and it's generally a great idea to have this on your person if you can manage to get them. Second thing we have to talk about is certain gear comes with intrinsic perks like inheritance and Dragon's Cure pot HP recovery, like my Crouching Dragon Helm. If you have this, you cannot remove it. Everything that comes in a little boxed symbol like this, where you don't have the left part of it but you have a part on the right encasing the symbol in the middle, that cannot be removed. It is intrinsic to the armor piece. So if you want to be able to modify everything, you have to use armor pieces that do not contain intrinsic perks like this. Okay, for me what's here works, and I like it, and I know this will not be my final pieces of gear in the game by any means, so instead of harding and grasping at straws hoping that exactly what I want to drop for me will drop, I make the best of what I can, and I'm gonna show you how to do that as well. For your headpiece, roll damage dealt, luck, and genuine key obtention, which is excellent to have on everything. Damage dealt is self-explanatory, it's overall damage. Luck will improve the quality of your drops and can only roll on helmets, okay? If I didn't have true intrinsics here, I have only one, the best idea is to go for either Divine Beast Gauge build-up or Morale build-up. The first one will give you your Divine Spirit access faster, and the second one will help you strengthen yourself during a battlefield quicker to be able to challenge the bigger opponents. For chest, damage dealt is excellent. Put it on everything, as I said. Divine Beast gauge again, genuine Q obtention, and morale rank points gain. This is pretty much exactly what I want to have here, and it also has its intrinsic, the deflect spirit consumption, which is great, it's good, it works for combat. My General of Man Gauntlets does not have an intrinsic, but it has a set bonus which is inactive because it is the only one of the set that I am using, so it doesn't matter. Damage dealt, Spirit Gate from more normal attacks. I had this when I got this, and it's good. Genuine Q obtention, very, very important. And I transferred this. Power drop that increases the damage enemies deal to me upon deflecting a critical blow. That is a red attack. Of course, this is not a must. It can also be Divine Beast gauge or morale build-up. But since I have this here and it's great, I am keeping it. If you want a guide on how to remove these gems to use it elsewhere, of course, as I said, you can always go to my guide at the end and check it out for yourself. Boots. It rolled with this intrinsic, reduces spirit damage received when at full HP. This is good, I'm keeping it. Divine Beast gauge, morale rank points gain, genuine Q obtention, and fatal strike damage. It rolled with this, and it's great. It could be 2.1% overall damage or fatal strike damage of 3.5. Do not scoff at these small numbers because, as with Neo, Wolong is a numbers game. These things add up, and when you take multipliers into consideration, how everything comes together, this 3.5 is going to be a huge number that will be popping off of enemies every time this attack occurs, a fatal strike occurs. So 3.5s, 2.1, 7.0s, these add up to a greater whole. When you're done with all this, you click X or square on the PlayStation, and if we find the key obtention, you can see that it's 36.3% more than normal. Insane. I'm getting an additional 1/3 of my total genuine key out of everything I'm doing just by playing the game passively. Drop rate A-, amazing. Added lot of 52 on my crossbow and my helmet. And as you can probably already understand, mixing and matching from various pieces overall strengthens the character. What I aim for in new game, because the cap of levels in this game is 150 at this point, is getting as many levels as possible, powering up my character fast, and be ready to tackle the stronger bosses later on, with a bit of leeway when it comes to me making mistakes. Let's synopsize. Damage dealt, luck, genuine Q obtention on your helmet. Additively, if you're not using Crouching Dragon Helm, you can go Divine Beast gauge or morale build-up. Robes will be damage dealt, Divine Beast game, morale, and genuine key. Gloves, again a damage perk, genuine Q obtention, and you can either slot gems here or go morale and beast gauge. And here on my boots, my offensive perk is fatal strike damage. Then we have genuine key, morale rank, and Divine Beast gauge gains. These are my suggestions for new game. Trust me when I tell you that this will make your gameplay much more enjoyable, since you will be becoming stronger in the battlefields faster, and you will be getting levels faster, which will be an overall benefit. Everything and anything that helps the quality of your drops, like drop rates as you can see here, and luck is excellent. Don't forget to check my other vid talking about weapon perks, and the vid at the end of this one that talks about the overall function of the forge. Sub, like, share, hit the notification bell. I will be covering everything in Wulong. If you want to help with the channel, please consider Patreon or get a membership. Until next time, be well, stay frosty, and always strive for perfection. Cheers!